Hundreds of Rohingya feared drowned at sea. That's the headline that just broke from the United Nations, and it carries a heavy weight that we need to talk about. Beginning with a woman named Nur Kalima, 24 years old, who lives in one of the sprawling camps in Bangladesh's Cox's Bazar. She's pregnant with her third child and she still keeps. Nonetheless, she has told us that she believes her husband, Abdul Rahman, will return soon. In reality, her instincts were correct, or tragically, she was wrong, because weeks have passed, and she has no idea if he's alive. He left their shelter about 6 weeks ago, some distance away from the mainland, hoping to find a job overseas. A week later, a man who did not identify himself called Nur Kalima for the first time in a while and assured her that Abdul was on his way to Malaysia, and demanded some $3,000 for his safety. That call disappeared. And from there, a broken rhythm of death began. The UN says that 2 vessels, both carrying Rohingya Muslims, departed from Rakhine State, the traditional homeland of the community on the western edge of Myanmar. One of the boats cut contact almost immediately, the other is believed to have capsized roughly a week into its journey. There has been no report of anyone mounting a search and rescue mission. In a week, the world watched as bodies washed up along the coast of Myanmar, at least 500 people feared dead. It may sound like an isolated incident, but it's not. Over the last 10 years, the United Nations estimates that about 5,000 Rohingya have died attempting to reach safer shores. The year 2025 had been the deadliest on record, the authorities say. The toll is a stark reminder that these people remain invisible. Anywhere from an internet conversation in a Thai research group to an NGO's report in the open air, the same words echo: the Rohingya are stateless in their own land, and for the world to admit that, to travel to those destinations, is dangerous for their lives. If the passengers had traveled from the west, we can imagine the international community would have mounted a search and appeal, as there is a presence in the area at the time. Instead, no rescue teams, no sailors, no international aid, is on that particular 24-hour window. The truth is that Rohingya don't have a platform on which to call for help. Their stories are remembered in a specific region. At the time, twice as many were only trying to escape or barriers. Doctors Without Borders made a statement highlighting that this tragedy underscores once again the deadly consequences of continued persecution, violence, and denial of basic rights that Rohingyas have to face each day. It is a refrain that has already reached the political outer periphery of the refugee camps. The subject reminds us that the Rohingya are not an abstract mosaic. They are women like Nur Kalima, who nearly lost her family. She knows what she's losing now, every day she opens her eyes. And across the world, the United Nations keeps on replying with a grim reality: more Johnson schedule entire groups of these travelers, and no aid is there to save them. It is a heartbreaking story, and, as always, there's a need to carry the conversation forward, not only to remember the numbers but to ask, what steps can the world take to prevent such tragedies? Why are these people invisible to an international conversation? If you want to understand how the situation has evolved and what the future may entail, we'll explore further in upcoming episodes, so stay tuned. Thank you for listening. Please remember to check out the full story online and consider supporting organizations that offer direct aid to Rohingya refugees. Until next time, we'll keep those lives on our minds and in our actions.